This movie is very divisive amongst fans right now. Alien Romulus is the newest film in the franchise. Technically, this is a sequel to the very first Alien movie, since it takes place 20 years after it. Now, a lot of complaints I keep on saying about this film is it's a lot of fan service, and I'm gonna completely disagree with that. Now, is this movie perfect? No, but it's a damn good time, so let's get into it. We follow Rain, who lives on a mining colony with her synthetic Andy. I like seeing life on a different planet, and you can totally understand why she wants to get the heck out of that place. Horrible people, never getting to see the sun, and having to work for a company pretty much your whole life. She meets with her friends and they come up with a plan on how they can actually get to Yavaga. A ship that is drifting in the planet's orbit has a bunch of hypersleep chambers that they can use. Once they get to the ship, we obviously know that this is the beginning of when things start to get worse and the horrors that awaits them that we see amongst the ship. A room full of frozen facehuggers, signs of struggles throughout the strip, and a lot of melted stuff. They also meet another almost destroyed synthetic named Rook, and this looks a lot like Ash from the first movie because it's the same synthetic model. I know a lot of people are hating on the CGI for the recreation of his face and also using the likeness of a dead actor. While I don't think it looks amazing, it doesn't look as bad as people are making it out to be, and plus he's a synthetic, so it kind of makes sense why it looks like that. Also, Ian Holm was a big fan of this franchise, so I guarantee that he would have been okay with this, and also his family was perfectly fine and on board with the use of his likeness. And you have to remember that this is a fictional character in a fictional world, so you need to stop complaining. That being said, my least favorite character in this movie was actually Andy. The face he makes throughout most of this movie is like he's a lost puppy. He's always like it was just annoying. But this seems to be the way the actor does things because he also acts really weird in the movie Rye Lane, which I also didn't like him in. He also falls on the floor a lot and he's kind of useless in a lot of scenes for plot reasons. While most of the cast is really there to die like in most Alien movies, they do give him some personality, some more than others. The huge standout in this movie is honestly the cinematography, and it looks beautiful in this film. They were really able to capture that gritty, creepy tone in space perfectly. The musical score is really great, and it's so good at setting the tone of this like horror vibe. The movie definitely delivers on the creepy factor of them getting chased by facehuggers and xenomorphs. It is definitely unsettling. I also really love their use of practical effects in this. Pretty much all the xenomorphs, except for a few scenes, were all real and puppets, and it looked amazing. I also really love that they made a lot of the sets practical, and it wasn't a lot of blue screen in this. Once the action does start up in this movie, it is like full-on survival mode, and I loved it. There are some brutal deaths. While I did want some more creative deaths and a little bit more gore, I was fine with what we got. We also got some cool sequences like where Rain is avoiding a bunch of acid, blood in space, and like anti-gravity. That was a pretty cool scene. The ending, like the last 20 minutes, is absolutely insane, and I did not see that coming whatsoever. I like some of the callbacks to the older films, and I do think this fits really well in between the first movie and the second movie. Now, I will say, when they used the line, "Get away from her, bitch," it was really silly and made really no sense of why Andy would even said that in the first place. But that's the only fan service part that I really didn't like. My only real big complaint is I just wish we got more crew members so we could see a lot more deaths, because I just like that in Alien movies. But I still had a blast with this movie, and I think it's a great addition to the franchise. That's why I give Alien Romulus an 8.5 out of 10. If you guys like this review, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more, hit that follow button. And as always, thanks for watching.